Welcome back. The 2022 Mecum Car Auction is on Motor Trend TV, and here to tell us all about it is host Scott Hoke and commentator John Kraman. Thank you so much, Scott and John, for being here today. How are you both?
Doing good,
Doing
Christine.
well.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
I'm very excited to hear more about this incredible auction full of unique, one-of-a-kind cars, historical cars, and much more. Scott, let's start with you. Tell me more about what viewers can expect when they tune into the 2022 Mecum auction.
Well, I think the thing that you touched on is much more. There is a lot of much more here in Kissimmee. I mean, we have 3,500 cars, all price ranges. Somebody can come and buy a car for $10,000 or less, and you can spend way over $1 million if you want to do that as well. And we cannot wait. On Wednesday, tomorrow, we start our 15th season of Mecum on television. John and I will host it, and we'll kick things off on Motor Trend at noon Eastern time, noon to 6 o'clock Eastern, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And John, tell me about your role as commentator within this auction, and what do you enjoy the most about that?
Well, that's a job of about 350 people here working this auction, Christine. That, as a lifelong car guy, to be able to sit back and talk about some of the finest collector cars in the world is really a thrill, and it's an honor. A little bit of a challenge, especially with the long days and the fast pace of the auction. But it just goes by in a blur, and it really doesn't kick in until after it's over with, and we all get a much needed, deserved rest. It's really incredible, not only for us, but for our viewers as well. We take it very seriously. Want to bring the action right to our viewers watching.
Scott, how do you prepare to host an auction? What do you do ahead of time to make sure you are ready? I know the excitement is there. You are very much happy to be participating in this, but is anything in particular that you do to get ready?
You know, I try to research as many of the cars that I can. You can't get to every one of them when there's 3,500 cars. I understand that, but some of them just, you know, the knowledge of each individual car, as many as we can do, and the backstory of some of these cars, because that's what a lot of times what it's all about. Not just a Corvette or a GTO, but the story, the history that goes along with that individual car. And I like to say these are the cars of our lives, and a lot of them touch some emotional heartstrings of the people that are here on the premises, or the owners or the potential buyers. And so we try to research some of that as well, and just get to know these cars as best we can.
John, what can you tell us about some of the cars that will be available through this auction?
Well, as Scott has touched on, the variety of the price ranges and the quality of the cars ranges literally from A to Z. Over 100 years of automotive history will be presented, 40 collections in themselves. But there's one car in particular that really pulls up my heartstrings. A young fellow, a teenager back in 1957 by the name of Jerry Brewis, bought a brand new red 1957 Corvette. Unfortunately, he's deceased. We're selling cars out of his estate collection, but he brought that car brand new. He kept it all of these years. It's going to be crossing the auction block. It's the right color red, the big engine, the fuel injected 283. And that's going to be the car that I'm going to be paying attention to the most, as the family is here as well to watch that cherished part of family history sell for the very first time here at Mecum.
And Scott, you've been hosting this auction since 2008, I believe. What made you decide to be a part of this back in the first place, back all those many years ago?
Well, it was an opportunity that I could not pass up. And when it opened, that door opened, I ran through it, you know, very, very quickly. And I've never looked back. And it's been so much fun getting to work with my partner, JK. I call him the professor because he's forgotten a lot of stuff about muscle and collector cars more than most people will ever know. And so we have an absolute blast working together each and every event. But yeah, that was a terrific beginning. And here we are getting ready to start our 15th season together. It's been a terrific ride.
And John, how did you get involved in this incredible auction as a commentator? I'm almost out of time, but I would love to hear your perspective on that and what you love about these cars.
Well, as a lifelong car guy and as a full-time member of the Mecum management team since 2006 when we put together our first TV deal for 2008. Company founder and president, Dana Mecum, came to me and says, hey, John, I think you'd be pretty good on this TV show. You know a lot about cars and you can talk about the auction as well, too. And it was his vision that, of course, I was terrified initially about going on television, and now here we are 15 years later, representing really the hardcore car guys. So many of our viewers are collectors. They belong to clubs. They go to car shows. They go to a lot of different events. I'm exactly the same way. So I'm the guy there that's really representing the core of what the collector car market is all about. I take it very seriously. We do it with a lot of fun, but I also try to keep everything accurate and keep everything relevant as well.
Well, the 2022 Mecum Auction will air tomorrow on Motor Trend TV at 12 noon Eastern Time. Thank you so much, Scott and John, for joining us today. Very much looking forward to seeing these incredible cars, seeing the auction, hearing the stories behind them. Definitely one of a kind ones that you don't want to miss out on. So appreciate them taking the time with us today. Make sure to tune in tomorrow on Motor Trend. We'll be back here on Park State Television after this.